Alyssa. You're on whenever you're ready. Okay, good. All right. Well, welcome everybody to the first new committee meeting. We appreciate all of your time and your willingness to want to be here and make the events bigger, better, and keep it on going. So the first thing that we will talk about is any owners' comments. If you have any owners' comments online. No, all right. So then we can adopt the agenda. On motion. Perfect. Perfect, thank you, Sandy. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, perfect. Sorry. We're all a little distracted. I know. Just trying to call them. One thing that I did forget to put on the agenda on here was the approval of last month's meeting minutes. They are attached in your packet here. So does anybody have anything that didn't match or wants to add or anything? Or are we okay with as is? Need an approval there. I motion to approve the minutes. I'll second. Good. Thank you. Beautiful. All right, so the first thing on our action item is the selection of the committee chair. I'll nominate Dory. Second the nomination. Well, Dory, she didn't oppose, so. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Do we have a list of everybody that's on this, the committee starts moving forward? I think with the email addresses, I couldn't really see who the new people were, who wasn't. I think it's just saying.
Yeah, so we can, now that we've created the chair for 2025-2026, we'll kind of go through the room and just say hi, who you are.
Oh, okay.
Maybe no one will know who you are, just to get faces with names. Just we're only missing one part.
Okay.
Dory,
So Dory.
oh, sorry, we're just doing introductions.
Oh, Dory.
Okay, how long have you been on this committee for?
What are we supposed to be saying about ourselves?
That just could be a fun fact, or just how long you've been in celebration, how long you've been committee project.
Over 20 years. I've been on the Parks and Rec with Nikki for many years, and Dog Park for many years, and special events. They're all wonderful and I think very important committees. But this one is the fun one. So this is great, and just want to welcome Amy and welcome Sandy. I know Sandy used to be on the committee. Then she went off to another couple committees, and then she came back. And having Eugene and Deb and Carla and Debbie, it's good having the team back in place because it does save a lot of time. So, and you guys should welcome back.
All right, Deb, you want to go next?
Sure, I'm Deb Reed. Hi. I have lived in Celebration 3 years. This is my second year on the committee, so I feel better about that because the first year really does kind of feel you're learning things. And it is a fun committee. And I would just say speak up when you want to help, because there's always things to help you guys with. I'm Sandy Gillespie. I've been in Celebration 5 years. And I've been off and on this committee a couple of times, and I'm also on governance committee.
Sure.
That's it. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Eugene Patrol, I've been in Celebration 22 years. My oldest son was first graduating class from the high school when it moved. I've been doing things for Celebration for 25 years now with Pepsi and Coke. I did all the scoreboards and all the high school groups, and sponsored many events throughout my careers before I was even on this committee. Love living here, love being part of this. We'll do anything for the recognition, just the better celebration.
Well, I'm Amy Brevard, and I was just moved here in June of last year. My husband Chris and I own the new ice cream shop over in Island Village called Scoop Celebration.
Sorry.
Yes, that's okay. So I started to sell. I'm sorry.
Did you bring us that?
I did today, but again next time for sure. An ice cream cake, a pie, whatever y'all want. We started Scoop 10 years ago, and my background, I've done marketing, public relations, event planning, journalism, social media content for about 25 years. I'm very passionate about events, and I've done that profession for years. So when I got the chance to work with you guys, I've heard such great things about your committee, and I already work a lot with Nikki and Allison and her team. So I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you for having me.
You do things like Parks game.
I do. I'm the Snow White of your team, so I can costume. She's my favorite princess. So yeah, do some content stuff.
Oh, we gotta back up to me. Since we did, Debbie Jackson, I've been on this committee for, I don't know how long, since, let's just go back to past management companies. So I've been around a long time, but, always did events no matter where I lived, City of Hope, Ronald McDonald House. A lot of, celebration trees, and then I also did Wonderland, you name it, I've done it in the past, you know, I love to decorate, I love to do events. I think the biggest thing that I do is try to, at the very end, no matter how the event goes, I always thank the staff at the very end, because they need the encouragement to continue no matter what. And so I think that's very big, you know, especially if you stay at the end. I've always said this is a working committee, and trust me, it is. It gets to the point that it's a lot. It can be a lot, but when you don't have the staff, you know, I mean, we can't expect them to hire, 50 million people to fill it. And some events that don't need a lot, and others need some more. So, yeah. But welcome aboard, and nice to have you guys. Yeah. Next story.
Welcome, everybody. We are very excited. It's gonna be a really good year. Lots of exciting things to go over and go through, so we're excited to work with all of you. The next thing on the list is just kind of reviewing the committee charter and the Exhibit A code of conduct. Sorry, if some things I printed it separately, so it should be a separate document that you have. So we just want to make sure we go over it, that you read, you understand everything that is on it.
So we'll go over the committee charter first, and I apologize for some reason it didn't print on your document, so I have it up here on the TV for you all. Kind of the goals and objectives, what we're looking for in this committee from 2025 to 2026. So first goal is to research and make recommendations to management on larger trend and events, concepts to connect with each demographic in the community. Propose at least one event each quarter of 2025 to management that focuses on one of the celebration cornerstones. And then actively looking for ways to attract volunteers to help with tasks related to signature events as well as necessary and work. So those are our main goals. We have multiple events like you guys have seen throughout the years here. Signature events included Father-Daughter, Pops Pines, July 4th. Our fall festival events, Founders Day events, Holiday Fest and concerts, as well as it could be concerts in the park, paper plays, etc. So like Debbie was saying, this is a very big committee. It's a working committee. So Allison and I are very excited because this is a very cool committee to be working towards the 30th anniversary as well. So just mentally prepare. The next couple of months may feel a little bit hectic, but we're just a big team here, a big group, and we're really excited to work with it. Anybody have any questions about our goals and objectives?
And we only have committee at 5 and not 7. I know we've got a range for a lot. Do we have 2 other people that I know?
Or you got one.
Carla and.
Yeah, there's a total of 7. Carla's just missing.
Yeah, she's been on. Who's the other? Besides Carl?
Well, Amy's one.
Amy, two, three.
So Nick's not on the committee anymore.
Nate is not on the committee.
Nate.
He didn't apply this year. So yeah, up
I'm
to-
sorry, I did apply. I sent in an email. I did. I don't know why I wasn't selected, but I did put in an email.
do you know who sent this to?
Hey, Nate, can you hear us?
Yes, I certainly can.
Okay, sorry. Can you confirm who you sent that email to?
I'm not in a place to look at a computer right now. But
Okay.
it certainly was sent in. Didn't bounce back, so I assumed they went to the correct place.
Okay. If you can do me a favor, Nate, this is Nathan speaking. Can you forward me that email when you have a chance? So I can further review it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
For Amy's, so she's up to date on Nate. Nate is very, very intelligent when it comes to like helping with production and everything, so he was a great asset to the, I think, to all of us, because that's all that we usually hire a company, but with Nate, he can say, no, that's right, wrong, or indifferent.
Right.
And so, he was very, very involved.
I'm still here for you guys. I can just do the same thing I did as a, consult as a, just member of Celebration and help out where you need to. But I think it's important that we add, if anyone else wants to be on the committee and add their voice, and new voices are important. So, I'm all about helping the committee as I can.
Thank you, Nate. Yes. Yeah.
All right, so we'll move on to the code of conduct. Once we've all gone over and you read through everything on the back, if you turn the page over, it does, go over pretty much all the conflict of interest and all that good stuff.
Each of you have your own code of conduct that we're gonna have you sign. So we'll go over this, just briefly together, so just in case anyone has any questions.
I've got a question right off the bat.
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden are we consulting bodies? When was that changed? And why was that the consulting bodies? We were just always called committees.
Maybe council or-
Do you know what I'm saying? Every year I'm just consulting, that's fully appointed consulting bodies. It's almost like we're not really we're just consulting, we're not really a committee advising or giving any input. We're just being consulted. I just wanted to know why that changed.
So that's something I could further review with Lauren, as well as the board. So if this is something that you all are not comfortable signing today, we can wait for the next meeting, because I could get further information on this if you'd like.
Did you say we do have a resolution? It says resolution for each consulting body. Did we get a?
Yeah, you were talking about,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we did, we can pull it back up so you can look at the one then.
Can you send this to us?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That would be good to kind of find out the background on why those, it's probably legal speak of some sort. But also this has 2023, the copies we got, so they probably need to update it.
On the back,
Yeah.
it says 2023. So maybe just by the next meeting.
So we are not gonna go fully into this right now.
There you go.
So disregard this till our next meeting. I apologize for that. So let me further review.
Okay, and kind of looked at the conflict of interest on those two to just see what we've got going on there. Make sure. Well, that, read that.
Well, what's the fact, it says sharing information or opinions outside the consulting body. I was asked to send, if I could send the, agenda today, or no, the other day, and I didn't. I told the person I couldn't send it. Is that considered sharing information or opinion?
That you could.
Like, yeah, like, for example, Melody comes to the meetings and she always asks, hey, can you send me what's on the agenda? And I always send it. But then I saw that and it said, sharing information or opinions outside the consulting body or board meeting. I mean, the consulting body, that's where I think it's confusing.
Yeah,
So it's,
we're gonna find out more
wouldn't that be
information
like
about that.
sharing information or opinions outside of the committee or, I'm just saying, I didn't say, I told her I couldn't send it because
Yeah.
it said, we're
She emailed me today, so I
Yeah.
sent it to her.
is that okay?
We'll hold on those things.
Because the agenda's on.
It's on-
It's posted online.
Because I can get all of them for board
Yeah.
meetings. Yeah, I would think we could send that, but
It was.
Hey, Dory, I think
Oh,
it's more of a, it's more of a, like, if it's not posted yet and you're like spreading out that information.
Gotcha.
That's how I would take it.
Okay, that makes sense.
But let's further review this once this is confirmed, so I do apologize for that.
Yeah, the consulting body is confusing as to, they're- yeah, they're all sort of different. Okay. And we're not really consulting.
Their lawyers came up with this.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out more information
Like
before, we get further into that.
Yeah.
But the next item, Dory, if you wanna lead it on, is the scheduled monthly meetings.
Okay.
We all want to do that.
Okay. So, C, schedule monthly meetings. We had reached out to see if this date and time still was, worked for everybody. And everybody seemed to think it was. I'm not sure about Amy, your schedule, but, if Sandy, is this good, okay for you this time of day for the meeting?
Second Tuesday of the month. Oh, yes, that's fine. Keep it the way it is.
You can do that?
Okay.
Well, then we'll stay with it.
Okay.
You got a majority there. Okay, next is D, to review past events. Allison, can I ask you a big favor? My brain doesn't always work fully function. Can you list what one?
Yeah.
we're gonna talk
I went through this as well when I was doing this, and I was like, what did just pass?
yeah.
So I have spring fling,
Yeah.
aloha summer, and then the most recent food truck Friday on here.
Okay, so I went back and started reading it. And then it also, on the same, it's all because of my brain, it's on the minutes, even if, when I went back and I just say, what were they? And then I was like, today is the 20th, so what, could you like put on there like, for
The
example,
date of whatever you got was.
can say,
Yeah.
so the, spring fling held on
You got it.
such a day. And, that way then I would know that that's a review of past events. It might help.
Yes,
People
no worries.
Okay, Deb said it would help her too, not that, but she probably thinks so too.
You got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Not that it's,
I mean, we still may be calling it, but we'll give it a shot.
All right, well, to dive in a little bit.
Go dive in.
yes.
I just had a few little notes on my end that we can dive in. I think we all know that those stickers did not work. We tried, but the wind had other things for us. So I had a few comments regarding some feedback on us cutting the age limit to 10. They said their 11 and 12-year-olds felt severely left out, so they ended up just going in with the 2 to 4-year-olds and also the 5 to 7 and also the 8 to 10-year-olds. So that we might want to rework the age groups for next year. Even I think the 0 to 23 months and the 2 to 4s, that worked very well down there. The 0 to 23 doesn't matter what it is that we do. I think they always need that turf because they're crawling. So whether or not maybe we do 2 to 5-year-olds instead on that bigger area, and then whether it's, I don't know, 6 to 10 or 6 to 12, I don't know what it is. But I think we need to open the gap a little bit more and maybe on that first field, I say we make it that giant age gap and it's a free for all, essentially, just a one giant field for the older kids. Because that's exactly what happened anyways. They all went underneath all the ropes and they were just doing every single egg hunt as it is. The only one that was pretty much organized in a way was that field 3 with the turf field. So that was just kind of my 2 cents.
And I wasn't there, so I was
Yeah.
saying, but I understand there's a mix up with the announcer.
Yes, so the DJ, there was 4 minutes left and she said, let's do a dance party in 3, 2, 1. So all the kids heard 3, 2, 1, and they just took off 4 minutes early. So I already spoke with them. They already know what they did wrong immediately. She came over to me and apologized. So I made it very clear if we do go in that direction by utilizing them again, that we steer clear of using that phrase. Yes, people got angry. However, I will say Stanica really saved us there when he brought all this TV. So he helped us out. But I know that Dory had and Debbie had a good suggestion for next year that we have like an extra case or 2 of eggs to the side just in case something like that does happen again. So I think that's a great suggestion. I think we should definitely do that. At least 1 or 2 boxes per age group.
And I looked up, last year because I think I had brought up that there wasn't enough, little stuffed toys on the babies area on the 0 to 23. And I looked up and we had 8 cases of stuffed animals last year. We actually got a refund for 1 case, so we only went through 7 cases of them. So I mean, we had a lot more stuffed animals, so I would go more for that, because I know looking back on the pictures and that, there were so many people in there and some kid, there just wasn't enough stuffed animals in there. So, we have to go back to making sure there's more of those.
No, there weren't any, in the 0 to, not 0, well, whatever, was it 2 to something, 2 to 4?
Yeah.
Any, eggs. Did you get any comments on that?
So we did put out like 2 boxes because they were just like bigger toys that were put in there.
Right.
Nobody said anything.
Okay, so. Well, my question is, I mean, do we do any eggs at all? Or do we come up with something different, like something totally different? I mean, I think the little stuffed animals in the bags of chips and the little drink thing, in a way that's cute and then intermix, but I was saying like, can we get like the like a little foam egg sponges that they can take and play in their thing? Do we do the little rubber duckies like you guys put in the thing? Something that they can go like grab onto and, probably stick in their mouth. It's something, to become a little bit more creative outside the box type thing. I have no idea what, I'm just throwing it out there. Even for the older, what do you think, Debbie, for the older ones? You were down there, I was at the other end. The 4 to 6?
Yeah, they would still take the stuff down.
Yeah, so that seemed to be popular. For
That
them
is the biggest thing down.
versus, and no, I'm even saying, maybe no plastic
Right.
eggs. Maybe,
I went to the goldfish again. I found an awful lot of those.
okay, not goldfish, but, throughout the year, we can, look at other things and just, maybe come up with something different for them. Because, if it's not the eggs, it's not the candy, it's not they didn't seem the year before, they didn't seem to like plush toys. I had heard a couple comments. They didn't like the plush toys, which I would think they would like the plush toys, but they didn't like it. They'd rather have the candy than the plush toys. So,
Not the baby.
do you have little ones, by the way?
No, my boys are 22 and 24.
You're great. I think you're like shaking her head like, yeah, she.
Well, I know they don't like the stickers.
No, we
they
did
don't
not
like
get
the
any stickers this year.
So,
It's gonna be hard to find something to put in those eggs, to do the eggs, because we can't do chocolate, we can't do, they melt. You can't do stickers because they get all over the field, and so it's gonna be hard to figure out what you're gonna put in.
I would
those
even
eggs.
just, not, I was gonna say redeemable things like get 10 tickets, you go and buy, but then that's more work for
Oh,
us.
Lord, if you ever do a golden ticket.
Not a
No, we're
golden
not,
ticket,
we're not doing
no
that
golden
ever again.
tickets and no,
Announce it on the thing.
no tickets and no whatever.
That's why they come up, they leave it all
Yeah.
over, and then we gotta bend over.
And, and somebody who was picking them up, helping pick them up, did say, put a table out there, have a table off to the side, just,
Yeah.
maybe a box or a bin to put them in. I mean, going and getting the bin, Nikki, you had mentioned going and getting a bin and bringing them over. People actually appreciate it. Now, they thought we were going to recycle and use them again, but, well, I think you're gonna use them for something, maybe, or not.
Well, we haven't, but it's something we can look into for the future, to recycle.
That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of,
Yeah.
and the thing of it is, they didn't stick well together. They didn't stick well to reuse them. They were really, yeah, so anyhow, in your travels and in your, one day you're sitting there and, Google, egg hunts, another community, and see if they have something else. I was thinking, so one of the little sponge eggs or the ducks or something. It's for the little ones they can pick up, but they can take it home, and put it in their bathtub or something, and, reuse it, use it for something. So that's what I was thinking, is what we could use that would be, the parents would say, oh, this is great, It
Like
looks
the
like,
little green army men, but they probably make little things like that that are spring type of
Yeah.
theme, like ducks and chicks and. They can be cute, they can play with them, I don't know about the 10 to 12-year-olds, but.
how much were those little yellow ducks you got for the pool?
Oh, those were cheap. Yeah, and there was like 100 of them for
When
$20.
So okay, there you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about, is if you have, if they have like little chicks, and little
Yeah.
ducks and little blah, 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 that if they put it in their mouth, because even like, we had one year to think.
If it's too small, you have
Too small, it's a choke hazard, but if it's a rubber duck or a chick or
I'd say go to Dollar Tree, that's where they went.
yeah, so doing something like that, just for the other ones. Now, okay, let's talk about the other kids, the older kids. They didn't seem to, they dumped them and they didn't even take the candy from them.
They just want to get a lot of stuff.
They want that golden ticket.
So whether we can come up with something different for them too, still have the eggs of some sort. So we're having an egg hunt. You gotta have some eggs out there.
You were all the gold tickets accounted for?
Yes, they were all accounted for. They were like coupons in a normal egg this year instead of the golden eggs. But we didn't think about them doing them right then and there for some reason. That didn't cross my mind, so.
That's how it always is.
I had a silly question, but you went out of your way not to call it an Easter event. Do we have any eggs at all? Could there be a whole different spring?
Well, that's what I think, next year, that's what we're thinking about, changing it up. We want to do kind of like a glow in the dark thing for the teenagers. Rather not have something, maybe whoever has the most eggs or whatnot, if maybe there's not anything in the eggs. And you could get a prize at the end, but I feel like that's more of a trample thing. But it'll also prevent people from trying to open it to see if there's anything inside. Another option is, if, I know there's a lot of people trying to recycle these eggs, if we moved it up, what the committee thinks, a week before Easter, so it's not an Easter weekend, not sure if we'll get more people that way, but we can recycle them and potentially utilize them from another organization in town, maybe a church or whatnot. So it does feel like we're not just throwing it away, we could give to someone else. Good idea.
That's what I was going to go back a little bit before, was saying if you collect